Hello again. I'm going to talk about taking breaks throughout the day. Um, I work for myself, and I have done for where are we now? It's my 12th year, coming up to the end of my 12th year. And it's because I love what I do. I love this work. I love helping people, and so it's easy for me to get caught up in just working, and before you know, how many hours have passed, and I'm still there, sat at my desk. What I realised I needed to do, one, from a well-being perspective, it wasn't great, even though I enjoy this work. But two, I was caught in a cycle of feeling that I had to get lots done. If I wasn't sat at my desk getting lots done, then I wasn't, achieving whatever it was, and I wasn't moving towards, my goals. And then when I started to look into it more and did some research, I discovered Jim Kwik and his Quick Brain podcast and his courses online, and then his book called Limitless. What I found out was that less is more. And actually, we don't have to work, 7, 8, 9, 10-hour days to be effective in the thing that we're trying to achieve. But also as well, because of the way that our brains are wired, yes, we can probably work long hours for periods of time, but those periods of time are very limited, and actually how productive we actually are in those periods of time declines. So the more we sit at our desk, the less productive, the less good work that we actually produce. So one of the keys to that is to actually take regular breaks. And so I was caught for a while in the mindset that if I take breaks, that means I'm going to get less done and whatever. But actually, what proved to be the reality was the more managed breaks that I scheduled breaks that I put in, not just random but actually I'm going to work in this particular way. I'm going to time block and then time box my work and started batching tasks and my work and things like that. Actually, I ended up getting more work done in less time. So there was actually more time for me to have breaks, which at the time was really counterintuitive. But again, you're trying to work against the way that our brains are wired. You're going to come unstuck, as I was, and it's a work in progress. It's still something that I have to remind myself. Sometimes I just kind of slip back into that old mindset, and then realize what the hell has happened. But the other thing that I realized as well, for those of you that understand about flow state and how flow works, what I realized was that the more that I did that, took those breaks, but also put together a ritual around, starting off my day and how I worked, I've been able to enter the flow state more. So by entering the flow state more, I end up naturally being more productive as well. So those things together, and it's not about productivity. This isn't about eking out, the nth degree of productivity. This is about being effective and efficient. This is about working on the essential things. This is about making sure that my focus is on those things that need to be done and not distracted by the non-essential items. So brain breaks, Jim Kwik calls them in one of his podcasts, brain breaks, and he suggests a number of different things. You could do juggling, could do some movement. You definitely should get up from your desk if you do desk-based work. I call them well-being breaks because I do a number of different things in them. Sometimes I might go and play the piano or guitar. Sometimes I might go and read some poetry or a book. Sometimes I might go for a walk or go on a mountain bike. Sometimes they're 10-minute break, sometimes they're half an hour break, or sometimes, depending on what day it is, it might be that I've arranged to go out with a friend. So I'll structure my day where it's a 2-hour break because actually that's the thing that suits. Now, obviously, taking long 2-hour breaks all day, every day, is not what I'm advocating here. I'm saying, tailor the breaks according to what it is that you're doing. So if I'm doing a big piece of work, I might split it into either a half hour periods of working with a 10-minute break, or it might be an hour, it might be an hour and a half, it might be 45 minutes, just really depends on what it is. And I might have 2 45-minute sessions with a 15-minute break. It just really depends, and that's what works for me. And that's the other thing about this, is it isn't about saying there's a one size fits all rule. You've got to figure out what works for you. But what I can tell you is consistently working for hours on end doesn't work. It leads to burnout. No matter who you are, try and convince yourself or convince whoever it is that you can get away with it. It does not work, right? Burnout is on the rise. Stress is on the rise. And that's one of the contributing factors when you look at the research. So the advice is figure out how you can structure your days to build consistent, regular breaks in order for you to become to achieve the targets that you're trying to achieve, the goals that you're trying to achieve, without having to work excessively long hours and ending up burning out and stressed. All right, take care, bless up, and one love, peace.